I am Aki Yang. Searching for solutions for chronic pain patients has been my interest for a long time. Chronic pain has been with me the majority of my life, started from 16 years ago, and accompanied me every day since then. It put huge burden on me, and I couldn't even continue my PhD study at Caltech due to unbearable daily pain and its resulting depression. I am not alone. In fact, chronic pain has been one of the most underestimated healthcare problems in the world today. In the US, every 1 in 5 adults suffer from chronic pain, and chronic pain takes 3 times the total health expenditure of cancer. What's worse, while we suffer from pain, the time and effort spent to go to doctors' offices put even more burden on us. We might need to drive, skip work, and spend a lot of time going between multiple doctors' offices. We would rather spend less time here and more time resting. Study has shown that telemedicine is particularly suitable for coordinating patients with different specialists around chronic pain and medication or medical record management. It may improve patients' commitment to and compliance with doctors' instructions and provide easier observations outside doctors' offices. Therefore, I created a prototype for centralized medical management and communication platform for chronic pain patients. Features centered around management include user profile management, medical provider listing, filtering and searching, calendar and appointment management for both patients and providers, and medical record upload, delete, and sharing between them. Patients and providers can also communicate with in-product instant messaging and book appointment for in-product video consulting. So now let's look at the demo. Now welcome to the user interface of the Telepain Center. And as you start up, you will enter the search providers page. And let's start with user authentication. So if we have a valid email and just some random passwords, you can successfully sign up and be redirected to the search providers page. And now let's just check the verification of this field. So if we don't have a valid email, it will show an alert. And if we don't have a matching password, the password don't match. And now after you solve every verification errors, you will be redirected. And now let's try to log in. So I'm logging in with an account that I have created before, which has more information to showcase this website. Now let's go through this search providers page. This page encapsulates a lot of functionalities, including the listing of the providers, their names and their details, and also you can go through the list by pagination. And now let's go back to the top. We have several filters. You can filter these providers by their specialties. For example, if you have fibromyalgia, just search for fibromyalgia. And we have several different categories which can be extended in the future. And you can also search by the city. We have 2 cities right now. And here you can carry out full text search for the providers. For example, by their names, by their specialties. Here is the pain psychology. And also, for example, I want to search some kind of road number. This is the road number. And we also have Google Map embedded in this page to show where these providers are. See, we have a lot of providers in these areas. And when you click into them, you will see, oh, but this is actually me. So I'm here, and it will show the number of the listing here and some details that you can find. So this is all about this search providers page. And now let's go through more interactions between patients and providers. First, you can message your providers whenever you want. So I've already had some conversations with my provider. Now let's say hi to our provider. And provider replies, hi. Oh my god, I have neck pain today. Last time it was back pain. And provider replies, sorry to hear that. Do you want to make another appointment? Of course. So how do we make appointment now? You can come here and find your provider and click the appointment. The provider already has some time slot open. So you can just click. And here, for example, find a time here. And you can submit. And you can see here the appointment is created successfully. So now we can go to our calendar here to see our next appointments. We have one appointment today and one appointment next week, which we have made before. You can click the appointment to see what it is about and when it will happen. And you can also go through different views of the calendar here. And the agenda shows a list of your upcoming appointment. So if you don't want a certain appointment anymore, you can just click here and cancel it, and it will be canceled. So now let's go to our appointment, the waiting room. You can see here, this will show your upcoming appointment with your provider. Just click enter, and we need to wait for our appointment to get online. And hey, okay, this is my provider. Okay, just to prevent the feedback, I exited the room, and if your appointment has not passed yet, you can just re-enter the room whenever you want. So now you may wonder, where do we control the open time slots for the providers? So this account is actually a provider as when it was registered. So I do have a list of open time slots over here. In this calendar, you can just choose to add your open time slots just by click on the calendar view, and you can have a list of time slots. Just click confirm, and you can go to the open time slots. See, you have a bunch of open time slots over here. You can select all, delete them, and go back to calendar. And you can also select the days to create a bunch of open time slots together every day from your working hour, and click confirm. So now you will have a lot of open time slots over here, and if you go back to your provider's view, you will see those open time slots are actually opened, and your patient can choose from them to make an appointment with you. And now let's go to the dashboard. So these dashboards are similar for providers and patients. However, patients won't have access to the Patients tab, but they will only have access to their records. As a provider myself, I can access my own profile and my patient's records. So let's try to update our profile. First, let's update the profile image and just change slightly my information. Here is a calendar selector that we can use to find a birth date and submit. Profile has been updated successfully. As you can see, the edges, the image, and the birth date are all updated. And now let's go to our records. As a provider account, I can look up my patient's records. Here is the patient that has been connected to me. She has some record. This record is actually some dummy image, and I can open the file here and say this is the image of that file. And I don't quite like that file, I just delete that, and it has been deleted successfully. And now this patient just doesn't have more files over here. And I can go to her records. She doesn't have any record right now because we just deleted that. So I want to upload another record. For example, this image looks better. So this is called profile image. Or if we have a medical image in the future, for example, we can call it MRI image and file type image. And I click, okay, we need to upload that file first. Now it's uploaded successfully and we click submit. Let's go to the record of my patient. And now we can see this MRI image that we just uploaded is over there. Open file, and it was not really an MRI image, but it was the image that we just uploaded. So last but not least, we can just log out when we are not trying to use our account. And we go back to the original sign up page. But even if you're not logged in, you can still look into the search providers page. We open this for everyone, just for everyone to see what providers we have and what capability this platform may have. In the following section, I will briefly introduce tech stacks used in this project. The front end is implemented with React.js and Redux as front-end state management architecture. React hooks are introduced in React 16.8, which enables simple and easily extensible state management for functional components in React. Therefore, the whole application uses hook architecture, from basic hooks such as use states and custom hooks for more complicated services. React Router was used to navigate through the single-page site, and React Bootstrap combined with CSS provides customizable UI components. Business logic and UI presentation of this application are separated into services and views. Take medical record management as an example. Business logic of manipulating records are implemented in record service, which includes get records, get file URL, upload record, and delete record. Then, these services are called in the UI components in dashboard page view to complete tasks such as listing, upload, and deleting records. When the application scales up, view controllers can be introduced to further separate responsibilities between pure presentation layers and logic to manipulate UI. Redux is a centralized state container that manages all states shared across different views. Implementation of the store involves defining actions and their corresponding reducers, which handles logic of the action. It is then integrated with React with a store provider that wraps around the whole application and Redux hooks in the child views to consume the actions. Firebase also provides a React Redux Firebase library that combines the power of Redux and Firebase APIs to allow session management across the site, including user authentication and authorization. Take provider management as an example. Provider actions are defined by its names, such as add providers and select a certain provider. We then define reducers based on the name of action type called by the consumer and perform state mutation. Our backend combines Node.js, Express, Firebase Cloud Functions, and Algolia. With Express framework in Node.js, I implemented REST API endpoints for services required in frontend and added middlewares for data validation and file processing. Firebase admin APIs allows us to achieve multiple functionalities, including user authentication and authorization for data access and manipulation. All the user and provider data are stored in the document-based database, and which can be scaled automatically and easily extended without the need to redefine the database schema. Files such as images and medical records are stored in Firestore storage. The whole frontend and backend are also hosted on Firebase, with Firebase hosting and serverless cloud functions respectively. The Firebase OnSnapshot API was used to achieve real-time functionalities. OnSnapshot is a Firebase API which uses HTTP long polling protocol that allows clients to listen to real-time updates in Firestore database. The chatroom collection in Firestore database looks like this. Each chatroom is uniquely identified with an ID. It stores IDs of users in the room and messages sent within the room. OnSnapshot functions are used to listen to updates in messages. Thus, the frontend can receive the messages instantly. Real-time video conference in our site utilizes WebRTC technology. A public STON server was used in the first step for clients to exchange connectivity information. Then Firebase was used as an ICE server to gather candidates for connectivity establishment. Then the call initiator can store the ICE offers in the server, and the other client can add answers to the same room. The client uses OnSnapshot to listen to real-time updates on the ICE server and establish connection if available. Algolia is a powerful indexing platform. In our application, it is connected to Firebase through event-based handlers defined in Cloud Functions. When documents are created, modified, or deleted in the Firestore database, the event handlers call Algolia APIs to update its indexes correspondingly. Then our frontend can use Algolia's search endpoint for full text search. We have already seen how prevalent but underestimated chronic pain problems are. With a centralized telemedicine website, chronic pain patients can have significantly improved medical experiences. As a developer, I have demonstrated how modern web technologies can help address some significant needs of the chronic pain patients. And I hope as a community, we can continue to explore and strive for the betterment of life for people who suffer. Thank you.